What's up, guys? So it's been a while since I put out a video explaining CBP. The last video I put out was back in FIFA 21, and since then we've made a lot of updates and improvements to CBP to help us make even more coins. In FIFA 20, FIFA 21, and FIFA 22, CBP helped people on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC make it into the top 100. And actually, we even had some people get into the top 10 and to the #1 spot on those years. In FIFA 20 and FIFA 21, I got to the #1 spot on Xbox, and one of our subscribers last year was able to get to the #1 spot in FIFA 22. So in FIFA 23, we've already been able to make a lot of coins with CBP, and it's looking like we'll have multiple top 100 players once again. So in this video, I'm going to explain kind of how to install and use CBP and why it's such a useful tool in order to really make coins on the transfer market. Now, CBP is a tool available to gold subscribers through Patreon, right? So the gold subscription here gets you private investments, sniping filters, notifications, a private Discord, and then CBP. Now, how do we install CBP? That is the first question, right? So if you go into the Discord and you go to the announcements page, the most recent update is always sitting on the bottom of the announcements page. Right now, we're on 1.4.7. At your time of watching this, we might have an update, but always refer to the announcements page in the Discord for the most up-to-date version of the extension, okay? So let's click this. Let's go to continue to download. Let's click save. Click this folder down here. We're gonna hit extract all, extract, and now we have our extracted CBP folder, okay? Now we need to add it to the extensions. And for the rest of this video, I'm gonna be using Chrome for the web app. I do my CBP and do my trading in Chrome. There's no real reason to, but that's just what I do, okay? So we're on the extensions page in Chrome. Let's go to load unpacked. Let's go up to our downloads and let's drag and drop this CBP folder in, okay? Now CBP is added to our extensions page on our browser. Let's just pin it for easier access and then log in. Now, after you sign up for CBP, I'll send you an email with your unique credentials that will have your email and your password, okay? So I'm gonna log in with mine. Great, we're logged in, okay? Now, let's explain some of the things that we're seeing here before we jump into the web app, okay? Select your platform, hopefully self-explanatory. If you're on PlayStation or Xbox, pick PlayStation or Xbox. If you're on PC, pick PC. Percentage to CBP. Now, this is essentially what CBP does, okay? CBP takes footbin data, the most recent 7 days of footbin data, and it highlights players that are a certain percentage below that 7-day average. For example, if we're sitting at 19, players will be highlighted that are around 19% or more below their 7-day average on footbin. If we're down to 10, players will be highlighted that are around 10% or more below their 7-day average on footbin. Let's take an example. Closa, he has a 100K average on footbin, right? We have this 10% put in there. 10% less than 100K would be 90K. He would be highlighted around the 90K mark, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Again, we're gonna hop into the web app and it'll be more clear when we do that. Days to calculate average price, keep that at 7. In the early stages of FIFA, sometimes we use 2, 3, or 4 when there's not enough footbin data to go off of. But for now, once we have enough data, just keep that at 7. Skip search results pages. The best deals with CBP and icons are typically found in the 59th minute / 1 hour mark, okay? Those players are listed, and essentially with CBP, we're sniping those players in a way, okay? The best players aren't typically found in the 15th, 20th, 25th, 30th minutes, because if they were good deals, they would have already been bought, okay? So we want to utilize this page skip function, get to the 59th minute 1 hour mark, look for players that are highlighted and buy them up quickly because those are most likely the good deals, okay? let's move on to the other tabs and then we'll jump into the web app. Tax calculator helps you calculate how much tax there is based on the EA tax, or how much profit you'll have based on the EA tax. Now the mute function, let's go back to our player like Closa, okay, our Closa example. Let's say he has an SBC released. His price has plummeted. His 7-day average is now far too high, and his price keeps popping up, and his card keeps getting highlighted in CBP. I don't want to see that maybe. Typing mute and we'll no longer be able to see the 87 Closa or the 89 or whichever player you want to choose from. So the mute function is very nice. Now this is maybe the most confusing one to people. Insta Buy, okay? Insta Buy highlights highlights players that are even better deals than what we generally see in CBP. I'll explain that in detail about how it works and which players are highlighted, but the Insta Buy function, that's what that's for. That's to highlight players that are even better deals, okay? So let's hop into CBP, okay? Let's hop into the web app and let's take a look at some stuff. Now, the different players that we'll be seeing highlighted can be orange, yellow, light green, dark green, or Insta Buy, red, or whichever color you set for that. You can choose whichever color you prefer, okay? Whatever stands out to you most. So let's hop over to transfers. Let's go to the transfer market. Now, there's two ways that you can be using CBP, okay? A new addition since FIFA 21 is that we now can use heroes with CBP as well. But for the purposes of this video, we're just gonna focus on icons, okay? So let's go to icons, and I usually do it in League. League tends to have more consistent results, okay? Let's put a max bin of 300K. Just for simplicity's sake, I wanna kind of narrow the amount of search results I see so it makes it easier to navigate the web app. Generally, the fewer search results you have, the more consistent search that you have, and you can just be able to land on certain pages that you want to a little bit more easily, okay? So our settings right now are at, let's just go to the suggested percentage. Let's go to 19. We're on 7-day average, which is good, which is what we always should have, and we're at 21 search results pages. I'm assuming that I might have to change this percentage or these search results pages based on what happens with the search query, okay? So let's search. Okay, so that was nice. And admittedly, I was on CBP before this, so I knew kind of generally exactly where I needed to land. But let's change it up. Let's do 400,000. Let's take that as an example and see how we might have to change things. So we're on the 41st minute. Like I said before, we want to get to that 59th / hour mark, okay? And we're already seeing some colors being highlighted, as you can see here. Another feature that I'll just say quick, it condenses the page results as well, so you can see all of the listings at once. Otherwise, you'd have to scroll and you wouldn't be able to see everything. So that's another feature of CBP as well. But going back to what we were talking about before, let's try to get to that 59th minute 1 hour mark. All right, we're a little bit closer there, and we're starting to see some players pop, right? Okay, a light green and orange. This is looking like it's a pretty good percentage, right? We're seeing some colors, we're not seeing too many greens, and we're not seeing nothing at all, okay? So I think this is a good opportunity to explain what exactly do these colors mean, okay? Going back to what I said before, all of these prices are based on the 7-day Footbin daily averages. Now, there's 5 different colors, okay? We can see orange. And orange will be 1 to 2% less than whatever you set for your percentage CBP. So in this instance, an orange would be 17 to 18% below the 7-day average on Footbin. So that means this Suker card is 17 to 18% below whatever his 7-day average is on Footbin. 214K is 17 to 18%. This 210K is the exact cutoff of where it would be dark green. At 210K, if we had a card listed for 210K, he would be dark green at that, okay? Now let's talk about the next color, yellow. So yellow will be 1 to 0.5% less than the 7-day average. So that means that if at a percentage of CBP of 19, it's 18 to 18.5% below the 7-day average, okay? Light green will be 18.5 to 19% below the 7-day average. And that would be an example of Rui Costa here, right? He's really, really close to below that 7-day average to 19%. 100K is what his price is listed for there. If he was listed at 99K, then that card would be dark green. And finally, dark green is 19 to 39% below the 7-day average. Now, this is a good opportunity to explain exactly what the Insta Buy function is. So the Insta Buy will highlight a card with the color red or whatever you choose if that card is 20% more below the 7-day average of whatever average you set. So in the instance of 19%, if a card is 20% more than that, so 39% or more below the 7-day average, that card will pop up as red, okay? Red cards are meant to signify cards that are very, very, very good deals that you shouldn't even contemplate, that you should just think to buy straight away. Now, I want to be clear, Insta Buy is a bit misleading as a name. A better name would probably be Insta Lock, because this function doesn't instantly buy the player, but it instantly locks onto that player. So all you need to do is hit the buy now function so you can save time, because those fractions of a second matter when it comes to a very, very good deal. So to illustrate an Insta Buy, let's put down our percentage down to, let's say, I just want to make sure I see it pop. So I want to put it down to -2, okay? At a price or at a percentage of -2, that means the new Insta Buy would be 18% plus, because it's 20% more than whatever you set. So we should be able to see some cards pop as an Insta Buy red with this, okay? So let's do a search. All right, nice, so one popped. So did you see what it did there? It instantly locked onto this Raul that's down here at 108K. So that means that Raul must be 18% or more below his 7-day average. And if we click his price here and we go to just his recent 7-day averages on Footbin, so he was around, let's see, he was around 148, 157, 151, 140, 119. So it makes sense that this card is more than 18% below his 7-day averages, because these prices here from last week were much, much higher, okay? So again, it doesn't instant buy the player. However, it does instant lock on that player, here he is up here, and allows you to buy the card more quickly, because those fractions of a second matter when it comes to finding good deals. Now, to finish this video, I think it's best if we just do some CBP in action so you guys can see exactly how I do it and what we're going to be looking for when it comes to good deals. So let's go back to our settings from before. Let's go put this up to -19. Or sorry, +19. And then let's also put this to 39%. So now the Insta Buy will pop if it's 39% or more below its 7-day average, okay? Now, we want to be landing right on this mark. So this is perfect right here. We want to be landing on this 59th minute, 1 hour mark and finding those deals or sniping those deals, which is essentially kind of what CBP is used for lots of times, right when they're listed on the market. So another thing I want to say, and you guys have probably seen this already, or noticed this already, these search results are condensed, and that's useful because then I don't have to scroll. I don't have to scroll up or down to be able to see all the results. We can just see them all on one page, okay? And I kind of showed this before, but maybe I didn't say it, but also if you click this Chiefs buy price, this is a redirect to the Footbin recent sales. Another good gauge of what a player should sell for is what their recent sales are on Footbin. So lots of times I like to look at the most recent 5 to 10 sales. It looks like he's been selling right around for the 110-ish mark, so that means 114 really isn't that good of a deal. And right now I haven't really seen any colors in these first few searches. Maybe I'll put down the percentage just a little bit to make it more likely. So now these percentages would go to 16, 17%, 17, 17.5, 17.5, 18, 18, 38. I'm just putting these in so you guys kind of understand exactly what we're seeing here. All right, now we're a little bit past the hour mark. I'm gonna put down our page skip a little bit to try to be able to hit that a little bit better. We just looked at that Raul. I know the Raul's been selling for around 110K, so not the greatest deal in the world. And these I assume aren't going to be good deals because they're not even on the 59th minute 1 hour mark. That means they've been on the market for a while. And if they haven't sold within 2 hours of them being on the market, they're probably not going to be good deals at all. Okay, 165 for Vieri. Let's see what he's been selling for. He's been selling right around 165 as well, so that's probably not really a good deal either. Okay, Loudrip 106. I don't think that's going to be much. Same thing, yeah. So you're not going to see deals all the time. There's not going to be a deal every time you hit the 59th minute 1 hour mark. But sometimes there might be very, very, very good deals of 1 million coins plus, which has happened plenty of times already this year in FIFA 23. So that's kind of the excitement. Is you never know, your next search could be the search that, all right, what is this, 95K? Let's look at what his price has sold for recently. Yeah, right around 95, so not much there. You never know when your next search is going to be that search that, okay, Shearer 105, that might be kind of closer. I'd probably want to sell him for about 119. Yeah, that's price is a little bit low. Going back to what I was saying before, you never know when your next search is going to be the search that pops up one of those really good deals, that Insta Buy red deal of 38% or more in this case. Kluivert 160. I just pulled the trigger on that because I saw a big difference between this price and whatever the Chiefs buy price was, and also I haven't really seen him at all on the market. I have no idea if this was a good deal, but sometimes I'm willing to take that risk because he's not really that expensive. He's only 160K. Worst case, I'm probably going to take a tax loss. So let's look at his recent sales. And it looks like he's been selling for around the 170, 175 mark. So I'm going to list him, go ahead and list him for 179K. And then I'll make approximately a 10K profit on that. Like I said before, you always want to be try to be making at least 10K when it comes to these players. So I'll list him up for transfer. Is he going to sell right away? No, but when we're doing CBP, volume is key, right? You want to be listing a lot of things and trying to get as many cards out there as possible. The most effective use of it is when you're using up all your transfer list spots and just making 10K, 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 just volume of profit and not necessarily the big ones. But I must admit, when you see one of those Insta buys, it is pretty exciting. So that's CBP in a nutshell. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments section and I'd be more than happy to answer. All right, happy FIFA 23, guys. Take it easy.